Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Guys, this is Zaid with the Muslim Sales Guys. And today we're going to be going into the pre-application questions, right? Now, first and foremost, pre-application questions are questions that are asked before they can actually get on the call with you, right? And there's different softwares as to where people would have these questions. A lot of the high-ticket industry uses Calendly. A lot of them use Typeform. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just the type of questions that you need to ask on whatever software you're using before you're actually speaking to the lead, right? So, what is the purpose of the pre-application questions, right? They're there to help you qualify whether you can help the lead or will you guys just be wasting each other's time. Now, what questions should be asked to determine if you can actually help the lead? There are two types of questions you can ask when making the pre-qualification questions, right? The pre-call application. There are two types of questions you can ask. The first is the contact information and identifying questions, okay? So that's the basic stuff like, what's your name? What's your email? What's your number, right? In case we need to get in contact with you. What's your Instagram at? If you're using Instagram to get in contact with them. What's your age? Right? This stuff right here will help you get a better understanding as to who is actually about to get on the call with you. It'll help you prep a lot better. And having their number and information like that will also allow you to get in contact with them in case something comes up or they decide to no-show, to allow you to be able to follow up a lot easier. The second type of questions, right, are the qualifying questions. And within the qualifying questions, you have two types. You have personal, and then you have general, okay? The personal questions are specific for your offer, right? And the general questions, I believe every offer should have these. They're very similar. You probably can just go online, find somebody else's, and copy and paste them. Very similar. Now, the easiest way to know what personal questions you need to ask is to look at your ideal customer profile, your ICP, right? Let's say you help Muslim coaches and consultants that are making at least 10K a month via Instagram, double their Instagram followers in 2 months, and the ticket is 3K, right? Based off of this, the criteria for you to help them is, number one, they need to be a Muslim coach or consultant. If not, you guys are a waste of time. Number two, they need to be making at least 10K a month via Instagram, right? And number three, they need to have at least 3K. So you would ask questions to verify that they check off all those boxes. That's for the personal questions. Now, for the general questions, you want to ask questions that will remove objections and or give you more depth into what they are looking for and why they booked, right? Into who they are. Now, as an example, you have, what is the main motivation for you booking a call with us today, right? The benefit is that it gives you a better understanding of where the lead's mindset is and also how serious they are depending on their response. Are you the only decision maker? If not, please be sure to book at a time that all partners are available for the call. This will remove the decision maker objection when it's time to close a lead. Okay? Are you ready to start now? This will help with the I need to think about it objection and will also confirm that they're ready to invest now. Right? They're actually ready to start now and not, oh yeah, I have the money, but I was expecting to start, in 6 months of me saving up money, right? And then we have, you'll be sent further information through WhatsApp. This call will not be confirmed until you respond to us there. Will you respond to us and review the information? This will allow you to warm the lead and open a channel between the lead and the closer, which will increase the show up rate and also make them a lot more warm. I already mentioned this, but I want to actually harp on it again. You have a direct channel of communication. So you can just send them things, you can ask them questions, you can call them, you can follow up. It's a very pivotal a pivotal question, and I think every offer should have something along the lines where you make sure that they actually respond and make contact. Now, this is kind of an example. I copy and pasted this off of a Calendly. So the format is a little off, but the questions and the gist of it is the same. Inshallah khair. So right here it says first name, last name, email, right? We're excited to talk to you soon. Are you serious about starting and scaling your online business? These right here are the answers or the drop downs that the lead is allowed to pick. So lead can say either, yes, I want to do this now, or no, I'm not ready to commit at the moment. And they kind of tell them what to do afterwards. In that case, akhi, please reapply when you're ready to move forward. They have, please share your social media links. What is your phone number on WhatsApp in case we get disconnected? What is your age and where do you reside? The country is actually something that's very important because that will allow you to understand where your highest quality leads are coming from. And then you could actually, if you're running ads, cater your ads to that, your marketing to that country or to those countries, right? And it also will allow you to disqualify someone because some countries, the conversion rate of the currencies, it doesn't make sense. And 9 times out of 10, that's just going to be a waste of time for both of you guys. Now we have explain to us your current business and the biggest challenge you are facing right now. How do you think our program can help you? All right. How much are you currently making per month from your business? 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 50, 100K plus. All right. What goals and ambitions do you have for your company? Why should we select you to work with us out of the hundreds of applications we get on a weekly basis? Listen, the person that put this question down has hundreds of applications on a weekly basis. Do not lie, right? Don't create false scarcity. If you actually are asking this question, and you can ask it, if you are lying to them, it comes across as very snobby, right? Like, who are you? Right? Who are you to work with me? It's just fake. So if you actually have that, then tafaddal, you can put that there, and this will actually make the lead kind of sell themselves or close themselves by explaining why they should actually join and why they should start. And then this right here is telling them the actual price. This is an investment of 3K. Are you able to financially invest? Please note, if the cost of the program is more than 10% of your annual income, or you have less than 2 months of financial runway, this is not for you. Right? I actually very much like the please note because it shows that you're human and you're not just trying to take people's money and leave them in a bad situation. Right? So it sets the expectation and creates a show of humanity and trust, which is very important when it comes to the sales industry. Are you the final decision maker? Right? After you book your call, our team will get in touch with you via WhatsApp. This call is not confirmed until you respond to us there. You will also get information for you to go through before your call, so understand in more detail what we do. Right? Now, this is the entire example, right? The entire Calendly questions is all they have here. It's not that complicated, right? But you just need to understand why the questions are being asked and then replicate them. Now, when it comes to these questions, depending on how you phrase them, you can adjust the barrier of entry. Okay? So a lower barrier of entry equals you have more leads and potentially more sales. The downside is a lot more payment plans, no shows, and unqualified leads. So if you have the time or not enough leads and need to capitalize on each lead, this would make sense for you. Okay? The barrier of entry just means how hard it is to actually book, right? Or how much friction there is. As an example, this is a low barrier of entry question. How much are you making monthly? 0 to 15, 15 to 3,000, 3,000. This is a low barrier of entry way of asking are you qualified enough for us to speak to you, or do you have the money? Right? This is a money question through a low barrier lens. Another example of a low barrier way of asking, do you have money, is, are you willing to invest? Okay? It's very subjective, very low barrier of entry. And unless you have a very specific situation, I'd actually advise not to try not to use this. And I'd prefer you using this so you have a better understanding as to who the lead is and what you're getting into. Then you have the higher barrier of entry, which equals more serious leads, an easier fulfillment, more paid in fulls, right? The downside is less leads, most likely, because the higher barrier of entry, and possibly losing some leads that were on the edge but saw the questions and got scared away. If you have a lot of leads and or not as much time, this would make sense. Okay, so you don't want to deal with people that are not qualified. They don't have the money. You're not trying to deal with like a bunch of payment plans. You just want to speak to who you need to speak to. People who are serious, close them, and you're done. Okay, but you need to have the leads for this to be an option. Otherwise, do a lower barrier of entry. Example of a higher barrier of entry: the program is $3K. Are you able to invest that at the moment? It's very upfront. You're telling them exactly what it is. If somebody who doesn't have that money saw this, they would run. Okay? So this is the overview of how to ask the questions on the pre-application form. Once again, this is Zaid with the Muslim Sales Guys. Barrakkallahufeek. If you guys want to join the community with other Muslim entrepreneurs and Muslims that are trying to do sales the halal and honest way, you can click the link down below. Bi-idhnillah. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.